Before we start, we would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we're recording on.
For both of us now that we're together, it's the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Two Girls, One Pod.
Thank you for having us.
You're with Angie Kent and Yvie Jones, but you're with Angie Kent, who happens to have a little bit of a croaky voice.
Yep, frog in your throat.
I got a frog in my throat. Some could say it sounds sexy. Some could say it sounds awful. But the truth of the matter is, the reason why I have this very croaky voice is because I was up pretty much all night long with a severe anxiety attack. The reason why I had the anxiety attack is my own fault. So as you know, we don't have big nights anymore. I can't drink like I used to. And I've always had anxiety. Like, we both get anxiety. I like to stick to my 3 to 4 drink limit over a solid period of time. We went a little nuts. We haven't seen each other for a while. We had a bottle of wine. Like, I'm not going to lie about it. Anyways.
If anyone saw our
TikTok,
stories.
yeah, our TikToks.
TikToks? We did TikToks?
We did TikToks.
Oh, my God. Don't stop. If anyone saw our stories from Saturday night for that 24-hour period,
yeah,
you saw how much fun we had.
We karaoke'd hard out. We had lovely food and lovely organic red wine. So we're like, this will be great for anxiety. There will be none. Not my luck anymore. My flare-ups are so extreme the next day. And I take all the appropriate things. I take my pre-leaf. I take my bladder stuff. I just get prepared, do little meditations. But we also worked out why these severe anxiety attacks have been happening recently, like to the point where they're so physical that I actually think I have to go to hospital. They last for so long. It's like a state of mania. But also my hands are tingly, my chest is tight and I can't breathe. My eyes do this thing and I'm like, I've never had panic attacks like this.
Like you get a few hive, like she needs antihistamine.
I need an antihistamine.
But that isn't working and I was thinking about it all night long because I would see you'd be going to the toilet like all the time and I could see you and you actually looked fine, you breathing fine, everything was fine and I'm like, well, something is going on inside and it's not the normal anxiety attacks that I've witnessed many, many, many times. And so I'm thinking, we're going to have to get her medication. Like this is, anxiety is almost having anxiety now.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about I made sure that the bottles of wine that I bought, I only bought 2 bottles of wine. They were preservative free. They were just, it actually said on them, we're so free. We're just free of everything. Like we're free of colours. We're free of this. We're free of that. And I'm like, you can't get, and they were so expensive. I'm like, we can't get any better wine than this. Like it can't have been the wine. Trying to think of all the foods that you had. And then I had a revelation. It was in my sleep almost. I woke up and I started Googling it because I remembered there is a really big, almost epidemic going around and the exact symptoms that a lot of young people are going through were the ones that you were going through. And I thought, how long has this been happening, these new anxiety attacks?
They're so new.
I'm like, they are quite new, like since pretty much late last year.
More so after surgery. I had a lot of anxiety after surgery with all my new diagnosis, but that was just general anxiety.
Yeah.
Whereas these are full-on attacks.
Yeah. So Angie and I, when we have a drink, have always been smokers and like so many people are.
Yeah.
And she gave up smoking and started to vape.
Yeah, I gave up smoking when I had a drink last year and then I started vaping. In Sydney in the lockdown, my friends were all vaping when we got out and I was like, I'm going to try it because I don't want to have a cheeky ciggy no more when I'm drunk.
Because it stinks.
It's gross. And it's just
vaping
gross.
was easy.
It's easy.
It didn't smell and it seemed fine. Well, I remember during the vaccine craziness, Clementine Ford was doing all these stories about these young people who were claiming they were having vaccine injuries. Yeah. And they were going to hospitals and and they were just being sent away. They were like, you're fine.
Yeah.
The vaccine has done nothing to you. And they're taking photos with all the heart monitors on them, the sticky pads.
I remember those girls.
The girls. There's so many of them. Like Clementine,
funny.
I don't know how she found them, but she did. And, I mean, people would have been sending them to her. So they were just taking a lot of photos of themselves, selfies in hospital, lying in a bed or in the cubicle, not the cubicle, the ones where you take the wheelchair toilets in.
Yeah.
And they were all, if you looked really closely at all the photos, everyone had the same one thing, and that was a vape in their hand.
Those vapes are dangerous.
And so Clementine, thank the Lord for her, who does the best research in the world, she then started to research into just how bad vaping is for your body. So that's what I went and had a look at last night, and I was like, the exact symptoms that Angie is having is from vaping.
Yeah, and I hadn't vaped in so long, and then I had a vape.
Yep, because we had a drink the other night, like just a drink, and Angie always gets a little bit of anxiety with alcohol, and especially if it's white wine.
Yeah.
And it's not white wine that we know of. So this is, we went to a premiere, it's the white wine from behind a bar. You don't know what it really is. You don't know what the label is and everything. So there was, and there was no anxiety. There was just, you were completely fine.
I had a bit
not
of
even
a flare up, but I think that was from the gym.
Yeah. So we have obviously I've Dr. Googled everything, but it's not just, the research is there. It is actually there. And the best part of this thing is I've come in this morning because I took the dogs out. Angie's still asleep, or in bed. And I came back
sleeping,
in.
Just like,
just
buzzing like an old fridge.
Tingling fingers and.
Oh, no, I finally did nap. I'd have 2-hour naps.
Yeah.
And I'd wake
napping.
up. And I'd go back to, it's awful.
So I came in and I brought her a chai and said, well, I figured it out. Old Dr. Sleuth over here. And she's like, well, what is it? And I was like, it's the vape. And she got goosebumps.
I got goosebumps because I was like, I never used, I would get anxiety, but this is next level, can't breathe, losing my mind shit.
Yeah.
Dysfunction junction up in here.
Best part is that vape went straight in the bin.
Oh, threw that shit out. I am not doing none of it.
So if you're listening and you do vape,
just be careful.
Just be careful because it is raw nicotine going into your system,
and then when you're
your
tipsy,
bloodstream.
And when you're tipsy, you're not thinking and you're chugging. Like a ciggy, you have your one ciggy, then you don't go out again. But you're just, because you do it inside, you're chugging your vapes. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. And also, I've done research on vaping in the past, and they say that vaping's so bad for endometriosis, which would be so bad for my interstitial cystitis. And I'm waking up the next day in so much pain, but I've taken all the right things. I'm drinking organic. And then it's like, no, this vape is giving me severe anxiety.
It'll be very interesting to see our next drink.
Yeah,
without it and how that happens because
I've
only had those. So that's the other thing I was deducing, like when the bad anxiety, the last one I was talking you through it while you were in Queensland at your mum's. And I'm like last night thinking, when does she have the vape? And I was like, that's for sure, because I know that there's family members who smoke. Yeah. So you would obviously get the vape out, no problems.
Or have some of my friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Wild. I can't believe it's taken us this long, or me this long, to realise that it's the vape, and it makes so much sense. So if you're getting anxiety and you're wondering why you never did, and you're chugging on a vape when you're having a few drinks, or in general, it increases your anxiety and it's just going, straight into your blood.
It's literally giving you heart palpitations, like where, young adults are presenting at doctors at emergencies thinking they're having a heart attack.
That's what it feels like, and your hands are like this.
And it is the vape. It is what it's doing to you. So it's a real thing that's happening if you can get rid of it, because the more I was reading last night and the more I've seen that it's one thing that, people give up cigarettes and that's a really hard thing to do.
Yeah.
They're saying the vapes are that once you are addicted to a vape, like an everyday vaping, they are almost impossible to give up. So if you can, everyone, please give up vapes. Like, we've got to get rid of them. They're an absolute health danger.
They're so scary.
So there's our
that's what happened to us on the weekend.
That's our not political, our health safety message for this weekend.
But also a big thing, obviously, with anxiety, if you suffer from anxiety or panic attacks, know that you're not alone, because I know how frightening. It was so great because Yvie's had them, not great for her, but great for me. Yvie's had them before, so I often find when I have anxiety, I'm so scared people are going to think I'm mental.
Yeah.
Because in that moment you are pretty much mental.
Because you're presenting fine.
Yeah, your serotonin, all your levels are out in your serotonin, your cortisol's all over the place. So, don't feel alone. If you do feel like you've lost all of your mind, it is just anxiety. And Yvie kept saying to me, it's just your anxiety. Yeah, and it's just a hangover. You're fine. Yeah. And I wasn't feeling fine. But look, today my mind is back. I haven't lost it all.
Every time I said that to you, you're fine and you are breathing. You went, okay, yep. Like you needed that. So, for anyone listening, if this happens to you when you're alone, there is a great nurse on call.
Yeah.
Nurse on calls are great people to talk to. Also, any of the lifelines, those kind of things, because it is a part of mental health. So, chat to people because people help when they can say to you, I can hear you breathing and you're breathing fine.
Yeah.
That can give you just some calm right then and there. So don't go through those kind of panic attacks alone.
No, you shouldn't, because they are I wouldn't wish panic attacks on my worst enemy.
No.
Truly.
And remember the lifeline number, 13 11 14. And do you have any tips for what you do?
I'm really good with managing my general anxiety that I have. I do a lot of a little voice crack. I do a lot of mindfulness, a lot of meditation. I love Insight Timer, the app. Download that. It's free, and you can look up anxiety or having an anxiety attack, and they'll give you like a list of things. Obviously, drink heaps and heaps of water, and I think
cold water.
Yeah, cold water was a goodie.
Cold water is a good one
with an electrolyte, and also remember that you're not alone. I find some kind of peace and solace in knowing that I'm not alone and I'm not crazy, and reaching out, like I'll text people sometimes.
Yes.
So I just feel like, look at you, you're functioning.
Yes.
You can write things. You're just having, and then I try to focus on other parts of my body, and I just think, you know what, you are just having a severe panic attack and it feels like the end of the world.
Yeah.
And obviously I always have my heat pack on my belly, because when I'm having an anxiety attack, it causes me to have my flare-ups.
Yeah.
And then it's just this vicious cycle of pain and anxiety.
I've heard a good one is look around the room and say 5 things out loud that you see. Chair, bed, TV,
But sometimes
Angie.
it's so hard though. Like it's so hard.
But if you're focusing on that, apparently that it takes the focus away from what's happening elsewhere in your mind.
And I just watch back-to-back shows, to be honest, until I fall
distract.
asleep. I've got to distract. But yeah, there you go. You're not alone, anxiety sufferers, because I'm your number one supporter right here. I've been having them left, right and centre. I can't wait for them to bugger off though.
So let's talk about toilet etiquette.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about some bathroom etiquette in relationships/friendships. I mean, we don't have any etiquette when it comes to the bathroom.
Not you and I with
Together.
each other.
Yeah, together.
And I hardly have any etiquette with anyone else either. You still do. Like, you don't like to go to the toilet publicly.
I don't like to do poo publicly. Like, I have to sometimes, but if I farted and like diarrhea, I'd be mortified.
Mortified. I remember going into the toilets when I was a teenager at like a local club or something with my friends from school. I think we'd all just turned 18 and we went camping or something. And no. We went to the local RSL. It was, and
oh God.
No, I just remember we all kind of went into a cubicle each, and then we heard, and my friend Nicole goes, Christy. You just hear this little voice. Christy goes, it wasn't me. And then this lady walked out. We just, when it's just that awkward, everybody's looking anywhere else, and we're all just washing hands.
She walked out whilst you. Oh, bless her.
And we just, no one said anything. No one did. Like, we just washed our hands, and then she left, and we just burst into laughter, of course. Like, but we felt so incredibly awful to this woman who'd, done a cheeky little sounder. And
isn't it the worst when it sneaks out when you don't know it's going
I just wish we were old enough at the time to kind of make a joke with the woman about it.
And just been like, don't worry about it, girl.
Could have been me, mate. Probably was.
Probs was. There's a few other ones here. It goes, can you talk to someone while you're on the toilet in a work bathroom? I would.
I always
talk to people when I'm on the toilet. I'll be like, oh, yeah. And you notice when some people will go silent when they wee. And I'm like, wouldn't you want to talk more because you're weeing? Or do they
might be
think it's
concentrating.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't talk and push at the same time. Like, that. Sometimes we'll be talking on the phone and I'll be like,
oh, God.
So anyway, that's a stinky one.
Oh, yeah, you love to tell me when they're stinky. We both do. If you run out of toilet paper in a public bathroom, do you warn the next person?
Always.
Yes,
always.
that's so mean.
So mean. You come out and you go, all the toilet paper's out in there, so grab some or find another cubicle. I also am that person now, never used to be, to go and tell the venue. The toilet paper is out in there.
It's very, very like proper Karen.
Well,
of
yeah,
you.
because no one does that, and we should do that more often.
Especially-
and they'll go and fill up all the toilets.
Isn't it the worst? Oh my God. I've done one time I did a poo, obviously, in the toilet and there was no toilet paper and there was no one in the cubicle. So I walked out with my pants down with pooey bum to walk into the next cubicle. Like I looked.
I've done that too.
And I was like, please don't let anyone walk in. And I'm like,
I've
this
done
holding
that.
my bum cheek. So like just in case poo bum. And I've run into the other one and I've used the toilet paper because I'm like, I can't go out with shitty bum.
That's right. And if there's no one else in there to help you out, I've done that as well, but I wear long shirts. So I was actually okay. I just kind of I pulled them up a little bit and then I just did the shuffle into the next cubicle.
Yeah, the shuffle.
But I have actually had to put on my pants back on.
That's
it's
awful.
the absolute worst. And you know what I did? I ended up using a dog poo bag, like to do as best I could with plastic.
To what? And that probably just made more of a mess, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair.
What's another one? This one's weird. If someone's made skid marks in a public bathroom, do you clean it up?
What with?
Disgusting. That means you have to get toilet paper and stick your. I would never.
No, never.
I just go to another one.
Yeah, if I see shit in a toilet, I run.
I'm not getting paid to clean up somebody else's shit.
Because I do know that you should always put your lid down when you flush the toilet after doing a poo because that water, poo particles go into the air and they land on your toothbrushes. So you should always put the lid down before you flush.
That's so gross.
But it's a really hard thing to do because you like to see the poo go down.
Yeah. You say goodbye to it.
Bye, poo poo. Oh, my God.
See you later. Okay, so what about how long before you fart in front of a partner? Well, you
Like
do it
minutes?
straight away. You'd be like, pull my finger.
I send them a voice text first before we even meet.
I would
Rate this.
Rate my poo.
Rate my fart.
I would wait a while. I never used to when I was younger, but now I don't fart in front of partners. Very weird. I don't know
I'd say
why.
that's more because you probably will follow through.
Yeah.
That could be
Or it'll
awkward.
be really stinky and nobody wants that. Do you poo in front of a partner? My first boyfriend, I would shower and he would be doing a poo or vice versa, but never since then.
No, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a partner for a really long time. I used to, yeah.
Yeah.
And now I don't think I'd put someone through that other than you. I love putting you through it.
Yeah.
But you're like you champion me of it. Oh my God, I can't get my words.
I can't get my words out today.
You're a hype girl.
I am a big hype girl. Even if it's stinky, I'm like, oh, that's a stinky one.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did you eat today? Some McDonald's?
But yes, we do everything in front of each other. So there's no shame with us.
No, and all my friends are like that too. Like I grew up with girlfriends that we'll be talking and they'll be doing a poo in front of me. And I'm just like, when it starts to get stinky, then I'll step back and so I can still talk to them, but I'm not like in the bathroom.
Yeah, because they're like those poo particles.
Yeah, I feel like
they're in your
it.
mouth.
I know. Ugh.
They're in your mouth. So what have we learnt from this today, Angie? You put the lid down when you flush.
Yeah, you put your lid down when you flush so you don't get shit in your mouth.
And on your
toothbrush. Mm-hmm. And you can do whatever you want if you want to poo or fart. Like, go off, queen. Do whatever you want. If someone's not going to like you because you do a poo or a poo in front of them or a fart, then
it says a lot about them.
It says a lot because it's like you're
Bye-bye.
you're not killing anybody. And also,
literally.
And also your favourite thing is you don't hold your farts in.
Yep, because they will just travel up your spine and into your brain, and that's where shit thoughts come from. So, how excited am I? New Masked Singer promos just come out. I follow them on the Instagrams and they have dropped a promo with someone singing Xanadu, a Mirrorball singing Xanadu. And I love this show so much, and every year everyone thinks I'm on it, and who knows, I might be this year. But I'm not the Mirrorball because that voice
is insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And people keep saying it's Olivia Newton-John because they're singing Xanadu.
She wouldn't sing her own song though. That's a bit ridiculous.
No, well, I think that would be a pretty good twist.
I mean, it would, but
But no, that's not Olivia. Poor Livs doesn't have the health anymore to sing. The last time I saw her sing a couple of years ago live in a concert, she's very, very weak in her voice now. And so it was just lovely to still see her trying. Yeah, it's not Liv, people, but
It's lovely to see her try.
I didn't mean that in a condescending way, and it really did sound condescending. And Liv, if you're listening,
She's not.
I used to tell people when I was at school that you were my real mother. So, you know,
Poor Susan friggin' Beryl.
I know. I always felt so awful too. Anyway, so they haven't given us a date yet, but it's got to be soon. If they're bringing out a promo,
Yeah, and they're filming it right now.
I'm thinking that Mirabel, that she hits a hard G at the end with a hard voice. Like, so that's not a head voice. That's from the chest. And there's not many people that can do that. Like Mariah.
Yeah. It's such a Mariah note, but the rest isn't. So I thought that it sounds like Kylie in the beginning, but we don't know Kylie to hit a hard G.
No.
And I spoke to my manager who's like a die-hard Kylie fan and listens to her every day, every night, has Kylie cave, had a Kylie cave. And he's like, it's 100% not Kylie.
No, that's not Kylie.
But then other people are throwing out all different.
I'm thinking Samantha Jade, because it sounds a bit like her at the beginning, and she played Kylie. Like, she does have that esque voice.
She does.
And if she can pull out these notes, and she just hasn't done it before,
Why wouldn't you?
Samantha?
Girl, step your pussy
But
up.
who else is there?
Don't know. Could be international. Baby
yeah.
Spice, people were saying, but I don't think she can do it.
I don't think she can do it. She would have bunged that out during Spice Girl days.
Does she?
Never does.
I don't know. But the guessing game is so fun.
The guessing game is the best in game.
It's the best in game. And then there's the other, everybody's guessing like, who were they saying that rooster was? Oh, Sporty Spice can do the high.
No, she's got such a distinct voice. Such a distinct voice. Oh my God. Well, okay, I'm going to have to listen to that a lot.
A lot.
And I will crack. I will crack these.
You will. You get it every year. They'd be cross at you because you'd guess it straight up and they'd be like,
no,
you've ruined it.
Yeah,
now,
you're not
haven't
allowed.
you?
There's no way any of those judges are allowed to actually say who they really do know it as being, because it would ruin the whole show. I mean, but we know that kind of thing because that's TV.
Yeah, but also Mel would have no idea who half the Australian
Yeah,
singers
exactly.
are.
She's just yelling out John Farnham.
Yeah.
I hope John Farnham does it one year.
Yeah, he'll do it.
And he'd be good to do his own song.
Oh my God. You're the voice. Try understand it.
Try understand it.
What is that?
Hello, try and understand it.
Oh. That would be your song, remember?
So take the pressures down.
Because I can feel it. I don't know the
It's
words.
rising like a cooker. Anyway,
All right.
Masked Singer. We will continue talking about Masked
Yeah.
Singer as we love to do.
We'll have a guess.
If anyone's got any inside info, like if you're on the Masked Singer, let us know. We won't tell anyone
Except for
our listeners.
the viewers. All right, well, on that note, this voice needs to go have a little bit of like a tea or something. It's getting a little bit croaky. So you have a bloody good day.
Have the day
that you deserve.
Have the fart that you deserve.
Yeah, have the poo you deserve.
Okay, so if you do need to go to the toilet right now, Angie and I are going to ASMR with you right now. Yes. We are here to help you get that poo out of your body. So you're sitting on the toilet now.
Sit on that toilet.
That's lovely. Pop your pants, if you're in your own home, pop your pants down around your ankles.
Yeah.
Pop them right down, because then you've got nice, you spreadage if you need it. Don't spread your bum cheeks, you'll give yourself a hemorrhoid. Okay? Learn from my mistake. But let it out, and you know, if it's a bit hard to come out, don't push. Just go, ee. Breathe out and say, ee. And it will start to just relax out of you. And it's coming. Here it comes.
Take a deep breath. Oh.
That was very well. Oh, have you got a little bit more? Okay, we'll push down on that perineum while you've got some toilet paper in your hand.
Very well.
Perineum. Perineum.
Oh my God. You're welcome.
Now wipe it clean if you've got any any of those wipes, the toilet bathroom wipes, make sure you pop them in the bin, not in the toilet.
Save the planet, one poo at a time.
Now, pull your pants up and pop the lid down. Give yourself a flush. Wash your hands very